I'm pretty impressed by the the game plan that a lot of these black rappers in Houston are doing. And it's really not even just black rappers. It's mainly Houston rappers in general. Shout out to Willie D and even Paul Wall for banking black. I really have to give my props to them, and I really do thank them for for challenging a lot of these other rappers, and even though it may not have been directly, but it shows you that a lot of rappers aren't about shit. A lot of nowadays, a lot of these rappers, from some of the mainstream to, well, yeah, even I don't even say some, a good bit of the mainstream, and to even the SoundCloud rappers, they really ain't about shit. I've gotten frustrated with a lot of these rappers who they were, when they saw um who got stabbed. It was 1 minute, with the Alton Sterling situation, death. A lot of these black celebrities and rappers, they were like, Black Lives Matter. I'm unapologetically black. Next thing you know, Houston, the cop killings in Houston, all of a sudden, all lives matter, blue lives matter. I'm donating, you have the game. I've heard that him and his son are donating thousands of dollars to, police in Arkansas or somewhere. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Where we have so-called popular gangster rappers, niggas that talk about the grimy shit of the hood, the lifestyle. You ain't about that life, nigga. Ooh, I'm bad. I'm popping on you. I'm fucking your hoe. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And then go right around and be like, you might as well it's just that subtle cooning shit. And I can't deal with that, man. But shout out to a lot of those rappers, man. Shout out to them, man. I feel like it's a good thing that I'm moving to Houston next year. So I'm glad that I can most likely find better networks. I live in this kind of, not really a small town, but just kind of a town and a city, to where it's a mixture of like a major city with small town southern vibe. And despite the calmness of the area and the pleasantness, it's just that there really is not a lot of moves being made that are economic, and there's not a lot of economic moves being made. And so it's like, I've been here for so long, I'm not seeing any power moves, so I'm just gonna bounce. I just don't need to be here any longer if I'm just gonna be wasting time. So I'm just gonna bounce. I don't need to be here. But another thing is that well, the main thing I wanted to talk about was why I don't have white male friends. I already did a series, kind of. Well, yeah, I already did a series on why I don't date white women. I also wanted to make a series about why I don't have white male friends, at least or close. Now, granted, when I was younger, when I first came to the city, I my first friend was a white dude, was a white kid, and we would hang out every so often. We went to the same school, um, and I think his dad work was an engineer, or he worked for, I think he was an electrician, and I think he worked for God, that's so annoying when I see trash. He worked for the I guess the office, not the apartment complex, like the administration, you know, like the Damn, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he was an electrician, for the community, and I was friends with him for a bit. I think the last time I've made, I think we've probably been friends for like 3 years. Then he went off. I ended up having another white friend named George. I think who was cool for like 2 years maybe. Um, and can't remember if I had any more. I had a friend named Cody. Um, he was cool. I didn't like his cousin. He had a very racist and annoying cousin that would try to gang up on me and try to turn my own friends against me and shit. And so I ended up fighting him because I didn't like that he kept, disrespecting me and talking bad about my mom. And so I just kind of jawed him, and then we started fighting. Um, I never really liked him, but I did. After the fight, I did, just want to avoid him and, not get in, not get in trouble again. Luckily, I was a good kid, so mostly all I had was, after school. No, in school, in school detention. So I just had to be in the I just had to, be in the little disciplinary room till the remainder of the school day, and then I didn't get suspended. I didn't. I don't think anything ever happened. Nothing ever happened to me. Nothing ever happened to him. I don't. I believe. I think he may have been suspended for like a day or two. But it's just the frustration of you don't have. I didn't have like a lot of friends that respected me, and so I only had like really two, or like one or two at best. I was really just on my own. Um, Other white male friends. I didn't even when I went to. Oh yeah, went to my magnet school. I did. I had a white friend. Um, he was a lot younger than me because he was in elementary school. And I was in middle school. It was because our magnet school was combined, so it just kind of combined middle school and grade school, middle school and middle school. And so we just happened to ride the same bus, and we just kind of talked about wrestling and shit. And he didn't seem like a smart dude, but I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to him. I think I found him once on Facebook, but I didn't really reach out to him. Sometimes I kind of wonder what those kids are doing up now. But anyways, when I went to high school, I don't think I really did had any white male friends. I didn't, not that I can remember straight off the bat. Um, I was mildly associated with some, but college not really. But I did had a friend. Actually, I did. I had two. One, um, oh yeah, like, I had a couple in middle school I can remember. I don't have time to backtrack. But in college, I had two. I didn't really hang out with him like that, but we tend to with them like that. But we just tend to like work on assignments, and we just help each other out. But I never really had a white friend personally, and kind of due to the social climate of things. It's like kind of funny over time, like when um, because over time you kind of learn that they may have some racist ideology, or they don't understand certain things, and I just don't put up with it. I just don't want to deal with it. I ended up one of my one good white friends from college. He ended up living in a very kind of weird assumably racist area, and I just didn't like the vibes. It was that like really rural South kind of, y'all niggas ain't allowed here. That type of, that type of area where you feel like, niggas, the best thing you want to do is just drive through it. Don't stop, just drive on through and just hope that you don't get pulled over. It's kind of like one of those areas. But the thing is, like with white folks, with white men particularly, is in my area, it's just that I just don't have really anything in common with them, and I just kind of don't want to get to know them. I feel like if I have a white friend, I don't want to be like the token. I don't want to be like, oh, the good black guy. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to have a white friend who's like, I don't like, I don't like black people that sag their pants. You know, they're criminals. But I like you. I don't want friends like that. I shouldn't. I won't even attract people like that. But it's just that I don't want to hear their dark ideology or their inner thoughts. It's like, I'm good. We can be studying together, this, that, and third. But I'm gonna just keep my distance from you, all right? Because I don't want to know anything about you. I don't want to. I just kind of just keep it to myself, and that's why I tend to keep most of my ideology to myself because I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to get white folks to, look at me. You know, I'm trying to keep a low profile. I'm not going around about white folks and talking about you're the devil and this, that, and the third. Even though they might like nigga shit, like may like rap, they might like watching Boondocks and shit like that. But it's like, I don't really tell them my ideology or when it comes to religion, racial. It's just really best to just kind of, keep it to yourself. Just kind of be the naive black guy who just likes sports or women or, you know, the black guy who is impervious or knows nothing about anything that's going outside of the realm of sports, pussy, rap, music, or whatever. You know, so it's like so I ain't trying to, I'm not trying to, you see all of these black organizations, these black folks already being on, surveillance, and white folks are like, yeah, look at, you better watch out for these, these radical blacks, these Pan Africans, these, that's why I don't really try to make friends with whites. Really, I don't even really try to make friends with whites at all. Really, I mean, I respect them. I can be cool with them, but it's like I don't really, I don't really try hard. I don't want to be the token black, or I don't want to be, um, you know. But I remember but because I really do hate being the only black person or the only black male in a certain group or class. I took one class where I'm literally the only black kid there, and the teacher harasses me about stupid shit, and she gets on me solely because I'm black. Um, I've been when I was younger, my mom, she put me in Catholic school, not Catholic Sunday school, and I was the only black kid there, and I hated this shit. I didn't have nothing in common with these kids, And even to this day, even though I'm not Catholic, I don't worship no damn white Jesus. But when I saw my mom, she had my brother, what's it called, christening or something, where so the communion. When my little brother got communion, he ain't Christian either. He just puts up with the shit. So mom won't asinine him about reading the Bible or shit like that. But I've noticed that a lot of the black kids who are in that Sunday school, they don't Because I remember that day, and I was looking at the kids from Sunday school, and I noticed like there's a black kid right there, and it's like, why is he by himself? Why is everybody socializing and talking with each other, and this black kid just walking around like, you know, that's why I never really liked. But when growing up, I didn't like the Catholic Church. I just said like, okay, it's quick service. You're there for like what, 80 minutes, maybe less. It's very rehearsed scheduling, this, that, third. They did sing a few hymns, you kneel, take the bread, shake hands, uh, announcements, bye. You know, but it'd be like the longest, 80 to 90 minutes of your life, to be honest. But I just never liked it was that fear of tokenism. I just never liked being that the only black guy. I've literally been in when I went to Australia. I think I was in some cities, in some places, maybe even I was like the only black guy there. You know, I'm in this group. I did see a few in like the city area. I did see a few black men, but usually, due to the lack of black women there, usually them niggas are like, they're the token blacks, the token gangster blacks, where, these token niggas act all hood to entertain their white friends. I've noticed that when I was in the clubs there. Um, but I just never liked it. I'm too socially conscious or too racially conscious, and I never really liked that feeling of white acceptance or being safe or just safe in the sense of white, being around whites, being good in their good graces. I just never liked the feeling, so that's one reason.